CTV News at 5 with Tony Ryma and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. Glad you're with us on this Thursday. A 17-year-old has been charged after pointing a BB gun at another person in Sault Ste. Marie. Around 8 last night, police were called to a disturbance on Adrian Drive. They say a teen got into an argument with another person and a gun was pointed at an individual. The police investigation revealed the weapon was a BB gun. No one was hurt, but the teen is facing several weapons charges and uttering threats to cause death or bodily harm. 3 people are facing charges after North Bay police conducted a high-risk traffic stop. Police pulled a vehicle over at Wallace Road and Commerce Crescent last night. A search of the vehicle revealed $71,000 in illicit drugs, a small amount of cash, and a loaded handgun. A 31-year-old woman and 34-year-old man from North Bay and a 63-year-old man from Trout River have been charged with trafficking, possession of a firearm, and multiple other charges. Shifting gears now to the weather, and wintry conditions continue for parts of our broadcast region. To tell us more, let's go to CTV's Rick Wyman.
It's going to get colder, Tony, over the course of the next couple of days. Just wait and take a look at some of the temperatures that I'll offer up during the 5-day forecaster systems map, brought to you by CAA. Get your membership today at CAA.ca. This is the existing storm right now, still hovering over the northeast. It's moving southeasterly, and again, some areas east of northeastern Ontario will get that mess. Again, we'll take a look at some of the temperatures. The remnants of the snow will end this evening, so things will lighten up. We'll get some sunny breaks and some better weather for a change. That's the good news. Details coming up.
Thanks, Rick. Marten Falls First Nation has signed a historic agreement with the province today in support of the development of the Ring of Fire. The deal will allow the development of the Marten Falls Community Access Road. The road will connect the First Nation to the provincial highway system, as well as contribute to the roads network needed to access the Ring of Fire. As part of the agreement, the First Nation will receive nearly $40 million in infrastructure funding. We'll have more on the province's Ring of Fire plans at 6 o'clock. 2 First Nation communities in remote Northern Ontario want the province to permanently protect a large swath of land from any development. We get the details from CTV's Angela Gemmell.
Under their own laws, Kitchener-Magoosup, Inanunawug, or KI, and Wapakika First Nations have already protected these 3 million hectares of land. Now they want the province to reciprocate.
Land mass this size, it's to protect it for the future.
The area, 600 kilometers north of Thunder Bay, is 48 times larger than the city of Toronto and includes intact boreal forest, wetlands, clean lakes, and healthy rivers. More than 3/4 of the land is already withdrawn from mining, but the communities say there are some mining developments on the outskirts.
Our wish is these mining companies don't encroach on our withdrawn lands out of respect. This is our government that is declaring these withdrawn lands to be permanent. For those that are on the outskirts of our boundaries, just keep it there.
KI and Wapakika want to have diplomatic talks with the province, but given that the government is currently working quickly to bring the Ring of Fire mining development to fruition, the communities say they're not sure if the province is interested in conservation efforts in far northern Ontario.
Both governments sit down with us and iron out the details, how we want to protect our homeland and also the way we want to protect it.
It's important that they come up and start this dialogue. But I want to make it clear. Nations such as Kitchener-Magoosup, Inanunawug, KI, and Wapakika do have jurisdiction over their homelands.
The conservation efforts by the 2 First Nations are supported by several environmental and wildlife organizations. That includes the Wildland League, which calls the area rare and globally significant. Angela Gemmell, CTV News, Sudbury.
And in Greater Sudbury, Paramedic Services is taking steps to address staffing challenges. Although it is fully staffed, 20 paramedics are off right now because of occupational stress injuries. CTV's Alan Everson reports.
Greater Sudbury Deputy Chief Paul Cadwell says, like several paramedic services across Ontario, there are staffing challenges due to the impacts of the profession. He points to a study by the Ontario Association of Paramedic Chiefs.
Did a study across the province to get a sense of how many paramedics were off due to occupational stress injuries, and that number came back with on average 1 out of 10 paramedics are off due to occupational stress injuries, and that aligns with what we're seeing within our paramedic service here.
Cadwell says there are various reasons for these occupational stress injuries.
Well, it could be anything from the types of calls that they're experiencing, also just their workload that they've also experienced.
Within the service, there are currently 10 staff enrolled in the advanced paramedic program at Collège Boreal.
One of the issues that we have in our service is the advanced care paramedic level. Over the past 5 years, we've seen a decrease of 18%. We have competing priorities with other agencies such as Orange and neighboring municipalities.
Greater Sudbury Paramedic Services says it attends job fairs for recruitment and is working on improving wellness for employees over the long term.
We currently have within our service, we're piloting a wellness coordinator position, which we have seen great benefits. And during the 2026 budget process, we are bringing a business case together to make that position permanent.
The service says despite 20 paramedics being off, it is fully staffed with a total of 190 part and full-time community, primary, and advanced care paramedics. The service area they cover is 3,200 square kilometers, with an average of 32,000 calls a year. Alana Everson, CTV News, Azilda.
After years of waiting, residents in the Greater Sudbury community of Lively got their first look at the designs for a new $4 million recreational facility. But the consultation wasn't just about a new park. It was about choosing between 3 locations, including the historic Anderson Farm. CTV's Amanda Hicks has more.
This event was all about seeing conceptual designs and sharing feedback.
I'm excited for some new features and stuff like that.
We deserve to have something exciting and fun and for the next generations to come. And I think when I look at this, it brings hope to think what could be.
The new rec facility will use the $4 million the city received after the sale of Meet Bird Lake Park to Valet in 2021.
Some of the work that we're doing, there are increased costs, and so I think that what we're hoping to put together is an updated budget proposal. When this idea goes to council, we'll have those numbers available to put forward.
After the sale of Meet Bird Park, 10 community members formed the Lively Recreation Project Advisory Panel to determine how the money would be spent. 3 shortlisted locations included the Lively Ski Hill property, Anderson Farm, and the green space near the Lively Citizen Service Centre.
We've done all kinds of consultation. We've spent 4 years talking to the community about this project, and we presented them the options. And far and away, Anderson Farm was the community's choice.
The other sites just weren't really all that viable. There were size constraints, they were hidden in the way, out of the way, and they would have required a lot more time to develop to be able to make them actually viable.
The city's consultant, Third Line Studio, says some of the recreational amenities would include walking trails, a performance area, and a public sauna.
A water feature, a mirror water feature that would be a very thin, 2 centimeter thick layer of water, animated with jets and misters, etc., that would allow the public to cool off in the summer and be adjacent and within view of the sauna, as well as a new fire, a fire pit, etc.
For those who missed the meeting, the deadline to submit your feedback is December 19th via the city's website. That input will be combined with recommendations from the advisory panel to present to council in spring 2026. Amanda Hicks, CTV News, Lively.
It's time for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News at 5, Rick has your full weather forecast. First, let's check out the snow situation in Timmins with a live webcam courtesy of the city. The snow is still falling. We'll be right back.
Ready to run with the pack? The Sudbury Wolves take on the Sarnia Sting Friday, December the 5th, and you could be in the stands. We're giving away a 4-pack of tickets to cheer on your favorite team. So, what are you waiting for? Enter now at CTVNewsNorthernOntario.ca and get ready to howl. Okay, let's sneak in a A great shot of Gillies Lake and Timmins this hour. This is the, I guess, remnants of what we've got going in Timmins, which will end this evening. All kinds of snow. The original forecast, 30 to 60 centimeters of snow. It actually looks great. It's somewhat sedate, and people will like that snow. They can frolic in the snow all weekend long, but great shot. Gillies Lake live in Timmins. Thank you, control room, for that one. Forecast radar still hovering over the Timmins area, and of course leaving the area. A little bit more snow for this evening, maybe 10 centimeters, and that should wind down by tomorrow. Just a few centimeters in the forecast throughout the entire area affected, Wawa, Caphurst, and Cochrane as well, Iroquois Falls. So again, enough with the snow for some people. Anyway, Sudbury Nickel Belt, here we go. Chance of flurries for tomorrow, -4. Saturday, sunshine, -6. Periods of snow on Sunday, -5. -7 Monday with the sunshine. We can use a little sunshine. Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, chance of flurries for tomorrow and Saturday. Periods of snow Sunday. Chance of flurries on Monday as well, with the odd sunny break. So again, we'll keep that in mind, and chance of flurries for next Tuesday. Timmins Cochrane campus casing 2 centimeters of snow in the forecast for tomorrow. So all the heavy precipitation over with for all intents and purposes as of midnight this evening, maybe entering the overnight hours as well. Chance of flurries Saturday, Sunday some flurries, Monday some sun and cloud, and chance of flurries come Tuesday. A look now at Temiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake. Chance of flurries tomorrow. Some sun and clouds Saturday. Sunday, periods of snow. Monday, more sunshine at -9. And the chance of flurries looks like periods of snow will be right across the northeast come Sunday. And North Bay, West Nipissing. Chance of flurries tomorrow, -3, -5 Saturday with the sun. Sunday, periods of snow, -5, -9 and colder with the sunshine on Monday. And again, the chance of flurries come Tuesday with a high of -5. So Tony, really, there will be some sunshine in the forecast. And once we get rid of the heavy downfall of snow in Timmins, it should be clear sailing as of tomorrow. Back to you.
Thanks so much for that, Rick. Prime Minister Mark Carney announced new measures yesterday to protect and transform steel and lumber, which should have some big impacts to our region. Canada will be tightening steel products from non-free trade agreement partners to 20% of 2024 levels and cut freight rates for steel and lumber interprovincially by 50% starting next year. The federal government will also earmark $100 million towards what it calls an active work sharing agreement. The move has some applauding it, including the Federation of Northern Ontario Municipalities. President Dave Plewart writing in a statement yesterday, these measures acknowledge what Northern Ontario has long understood, that our steel and lumber sectors are national economic pillars. U.S. tariffs continue to destabilize communities across the north, and today's announcement provides needed tools to help our workers and industries adapt, compete, and grow. And we'll have more northern reaction tonight at 6 o'clock. The Nipissing District Housing Corporation says the number of landlord and tenant board disputes is on the rise. Yesterday, the corporation shared with the Social Services Administration Board the increase is largely related to unpaid rent. Staff have attended 63 hearings to date with the landlord and tenant board. That's up 11 from last year. The Housing Corporation manages about 900 rent geared to income and market rental units within the Nipissing District. The Social Services Board says so far in 2025 there have been 5 evictions.
But at the same time, there's a responsibility on the part of tenants to be current with their rent, because this is public money that we're using to basically subsidize these housings.
When tenants are behind a month in paying rent, the Housing Corporation tries to connect with them. If they can't, notices are handed out, which give tenants 14 days to pay. With the province's Bill 60 passing recently, tenants now have only a week. It's better to give than it is to receive. Coming up on CTV News at 5. Hospitals in our region are hoping you are giving back and inspiring your community. Giving Tuesday is next week, and this year many hospitals in our broadcast region are getting in on the community generosity. CTV's Madison Merrier has that story.
Every year right after Black Friday and Cyber Monday, many people want to give back some of their savings to their communities.
There's been a lot of, studies done around the psychological benefits of giving and generosity. And I believe in one case it's referred to as the helper's high. There's a rush involved with, thinking beyond yourself and actually giving your spirit, your resources, your time, your energy to others.
This year, there are thousands of nonprofits involved with Giving Tuesday. Some even have matching donors to ensure goals are met, like Health Sciences North Foundation and Sioux Area Hospital Foundation.
This makes a huge impact in the amount that we're able to accomplish with the funds that we receive. There are so many examples of what we use when people are donating money, and a lot of them impact cancer patients.
Every dollar is matched up to that $25,000. And it's a great opportunity to get the community together and inspire giving during the holidays. There's so many different ways you can give. It's not just a donation, it's also your time, even something as little as sharing a post on Facebook or social media and talking to your friends about what's going on.
Organizations understand that sometimes making a monetary donation is challenging, but they say there are many ways to get involved.
Giving is very personal. And people give in a lot of different ways, whether it be volunteering, making donations, holding a fundraiser, acts of kindness. And so all of those things are very personal.
This Giving Tuesday, Northern hospitals are hoping to raise money for new and needed equipment. Madison Marier, CTV News, Sudbury.
In sports, the Sudbury Five announcing today their head coach and general manager, Logan Stutz, is leaving. In a post on Facebook, the team thanked him for his passion and dedication over the years. Stutz has been the head coach and general manager for the Sudbury Five for 6 seasons and led the team to the Basketball Super League Championship last season. In a post of his own, Stutz expressed how grateful he and his family are for the time they've spent in Sudbury. Neither Stutz nor the team said where he's heading next. Only one game in the OHL tonight for our northern teams. The North Bay Battalion are starting their weekend road trip in Peterborough tonight, where they will face off against the Petes at 7:05 p.m. X, Meta, and cybersecurity. We explore those topics on Tech Talk. You're watching First at 5. A new feature on X's unmasking users. To tell us more about this and all things tech, Ritesh Kotak now joins us from Toronto. Hi there, Ritesh.
Hello.
X, formerly known as Twitter, is now revealing the location of the account. Will this create more transparency and help users know who they are really following?
In theory, yes. If you know an individual's location, you can better make decisions on whether you believe the information, if you want to follow them or not. But it's important to understand, you got to take it with a grain of salt. It's not an exact science. In fact, there are ways of spoofing or manipulating your location by using a virtual private network. There's other ways around it as well. So again, just very important that you validate and verify, and you don't take the information at surface value, but clearly a step in the right direction.
Meta owns Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, and is proposing a new age verification law for the App Store in Canada. What do you think about this?
Yeah, so this is important in a sense that when it comes to safety online, ensuring that, especially protecting minors, that individuals get age-appropriate content, are able to chat with people within their age brackets as well. We saw this recently with Roadblocks, which is a popular platform that said they're going to start not only age verification by uploading government ID, but also age estimation if you don't upload government ID. However, that being said, I think that saying that this is not a app responsibility, it's an app store responsibility, is only one piece of the puzzle here. It's important that, yes, at the app level, age-appropriate content is being downloaded, but on the flip side also, there are ways of bypassing those mechanisms, using a browser to access these platforms as well. And different countries, different rules. That's why safety needs to be built in from the onset by default. It can't just be a checkbox exercise.
Okay, let's move on to another subject. Black Friday is tomorrow and Cyber Monday follows that. It is expected that many Canadians will be searching for deals online. That also means that fraudsters will be working in overdrive. What are your top tips to stay safe online?
So we can do a whole segment on this, but my top tips, especially for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, are if the deal is too good to be true, it may be too good to be true. So verify by making sure that you're buying it from an appropriate vendor. The way you do that is check the address bar. Look for the padlock when you're putting in information as well. That just means the information is secure and encrypted. Also expect an increase in phishing and SMS related messages. You're going to get text messages, emails saying, click here for the status of an order. Your package is being delivered. Don't take it at face value. Go to the actual source, put the tracking number into a website of the carrier to validate and verify. And finally, monitor your accounts. If you see anything suspicious, report it right away to your financial institution. Following those simple steps will keep you safe and make sure you get the best deals.
Always good tips. Ritesh, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Ritesh Kotak was our guest this week. And to see more of our Tech Talk segments, head to our website, CTVNewsNorthernOntario.ca. Our first community close-up comes to us from the greater Sudbury community of Garson. Kathleen Lalonde sent us these beautiful photographs of some birds that came to her feeders. She spotted blue jays, chickadees, nuthatches, and woodpeckers. That's quite the collection, Kathleen. Speaking of birds, we are off to Blind River, and this contribution from Larry Kirtley. He found a pileated woodpecker and took this photograph. Thanks so much, Larry. And now, creatures that travel on the ground. Lori Johnson of Timmins emailed us this picture of 3 moose enjoying salt on the side of the highway. Great photograph there, Lori. Thanks again. And if you have any pictures, videos, or events you'd like us to showcase, you can email them to us at communitycloseup@bellmedia.ca. And there's more news for the North coming up at 6 o'clock. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.